let me ask you a question. Do you trust Google? If Google states that you need 3 years of experience working on Google Cloud and invest a minimum of 6 to 7 months of preparation to attempt the certification as Google Cloud Professional Machine Learning Engineer, would you question that? I thought so. So when Dave challenged me to have it completed in 3.5 months, that was a challenge I couldn't pass up. Is it possible? How can it be done? What do I wish I knew before I started? And what can I tell you to make your journey easier? I started studying for the certification early March of 2022, but did not have any noteworthy exposure to Google Cloud prior to that. I challenged myself to a 5-month time frame, so was planning on taking the test end of July. When our Chief Consulting Officer Dave dared me to have the certification completed by June 24th of the same year, that is, I thought, this is not very realistic. This can't be done. Or can it? Is it possible to complete the certification in 3.5 months and with no prior exposure to Google Cloud? The short answer is yes. The longer answer is I took my test on June 24th and passed. Got my official certificate on July 1st. Granted. I have several years as data scientist and machine learning practitioner under my belt. Also noteworthy, when I started this journey, the suggestion was for 1 year of Google Cloud experience. How did I do this? We'll get to this in just a moment. But first, what is the Google Cloud Professional Machine Learning Engineer certification? In short, a machine learning engineer takes a ML model, solution, or pipeline developed, for example, by data scientists and transforms it into a production optimized and ready version. This certificate is valid for 2 years. Yes, it has an expiration date and is a documentation for the capability to establish these pipelines on Google Cloud by selecting the appropriate combination of services. The test takes 2 hours and can be done either in a testing center or remotely. Now, the remote test might be changing because of the recent ruling in regard to room scans in the context of remote exams. I'm not going into details on this, just one of the things to watch. The test is being updated as required and the questions are being pulled out of a pool of questions. What does it mean to have the certificate? It does not matter which news website you consult or whose opinion you prefer. Universally, there is a consensus that data is the new oil. Being able to handle the data and extracting insights is a license to print money. This certificate documents that those who have it know how to handle data at scale, extract insights, and know how to deliver these insights to where it matters. Will this certificate change job prospects? From my own experience, I can't answer this yet, as I'm not currently in the job market. However, I expect it to be a solid differentiator if one would be interviewing. I say this with a background of being an interviewer currently. Will it be enough on its own? No, but it could be the deciding factor with all others being equal. Also, it does not hurt that Google Cloud is the issuer. I heard some opinions that this certificate is more challenging than the sister certificates from Microsoft Azure or Amazon AWS. I can't evaluate these opinions as I do not have either of the other certificates in the recent past. Perhaps this is why there are only about 1,200–1,300 certificate holders listed publicly in the register. Who would benefit from getting this certificate? This certificate is not for junior practitioners. You need to have a few years of experience in data science, machine learning engineering to be able to attempt this certificate. Not only because of the learning materials, but mainly because an understanding of what is involved needs to be experienced. And this experience is needed to appreciate what you can do on Google Cloud and to gauge what is a feasible approach. Can you, to the industry students, be successful? I very much doubt it. On several occasions in the materials, relevant actual real-world experience is required to be able to follow along. Or would I get this certificate again? Yes, absolutely. With the limitation that I'd need to work on Google Cloud and or work in a function that works on machine learning environment architectures. Would I go about it the same way? No, definitely not. I did base my approach on the learning path on Quick Labs. There are numerous courses in there that were a relative waste of time. Instead, I would limit the courses to the same ones that are listed on Coursera for this certificate. I also would use Jeffrey Lappe's study guide as my base guide. A link will be in the description and first pinned comment. If you find value in this video, please like, comment, share and subscribe. What are my impressions about the learning path Google Cloud suggests? There are 3 parts to this: the course materials, Quick Labs, Google Cloud itself. I like the depth of knowledge in the course materials and appreciate the effort put into creating these. But the materials try to cater to 2 very distinct groups of students. There are, of course, the experienced folks transferring to Google Cloud. The other group are more junior students relatively new to data science and machine learning. The result are materials that are not good for either group. Too challenging and with not enough detail for the beginners group, and too exhaustive for the experienced folks. This is a pity, as it devalues the efforts, the depth of knowledge, and the wealth of information collected in them. The main criticism I have is something different though. I get it. Google is pushing their own Google products, but not everything needs to be solved in the most technological advanced way. Often, if not most times, simple is better. I'd use the expression, if the only tool you've got is a hammer, everything becomes a nail. It's a beautiful hammer though. I have a very split opinion about Quick Labs. It's September now, and I'm still getting resolution notifications about the issues I logged when I was going through the materials or labs from April to June. At least the cases are getting resolved. Some of the labs are practical case studies on how not to do ML production. Google Cloud is a different story. While the UI of Google Cloud is at times underwhelming, I'm deeply impressed with the capabilities and where this is going under the hood. It is said that hindsight is always 20/20. So here comes what I wish I had known when I started. Don't follow the instructions on how to start the labs. Use a regular browser window and log into your Quick Labs account. Select the lab, and to start the lab, right-click on the Start Lab button and open in Incognito window. In this Incognito window, use the lab credentials, and only there. That's all. Makes this smooth and easy and works all the time. Some labs require you to set configurations of the clusters or regions in the notebooks. you'll recognize when you see it the first time. I found it to be easiest to open the notebook repo in GitHub in a separate browser window before starting the lab and checking the notebook for these settings. Remember the region the notebook is set to and start your compute cluster in the same region. The issue can be that syntax can differ between regions. When adjusting the notebooks to the region your cluster started in, you do not only need to adjust the regions in the notebooks, but also might need to adjust some of the syntax to the region specifics. By first checking for the region in the notebook and then starting the cluster in that region, no more problem. It was the right choice to get the monthly subscription for Quick Labs. My experience is that numerous labs needed multiple starts. Using the credits option, each launch would require the full credits for the lab. This would not only be much more expensive, but also frustrating because of the wasted funds. Overall, this option is also cheaper even if you take 7 or 8 months to complete the materials. To summarize, if you have multiple years of experience, the suggested experience is a guideline. In all, I spent around 500 hours on the preparation, spread over 17 weeks. On the financial side, I spent in all $336.20. And yes, this includes the certification fee of $200. For this, you not only get your certificate, but also a sticker version of the logo and your Google Cloud Professional Machine Learning Engineer West. I want to mention at this time, although my employer did reimburse me for these fees, this video is not sponsored. I did not receive payment for this video, and there are no promotions in this video. And yes, they've paid up. The journey and experience of getting this certificate are time and money well spent, even if you're paying for it yourself. If you found value in this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, head over to saravjishut.org and join the tribe. At Saravji's Hut, we believe in empowering everybody to take control of their future by self-educating. We focus on machine learning and everything it is based on. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.